Imagine waking up to high-tech war sirens. Recently, these alarms pierced the morning quiet across 13 districts in the capital city of Delhi and echoed through the border town of Jaisalmer. Following the sirens, rapid civil defense teams mobilized. They swept through diplomatic enclaves and high-security VIP zones, testing the protocols required to extract foreign dignitaries and key personnel at a moment's notice. Simultaneously, 4 frontline airbases, including strategic hubs in Srinagar and Jodhpur, quietly shut down. The official explanation cited rolling maintenance. An isolated drill in the capital is one thing, but synchronized airbase closures and border town alarms happening in the exact same window raise an obvious question. Is the government activating a coordinated grid to prepare for an imminent event? Put together, the sirens, the VIP extraction tests, and the grounded civilian infrastructure are clear markers. The state is establishing a nationwide war preparedness protocol during a time of apparent peace. The peace most civilians experience daily is the byproduct of an invisible, high-stakes conflict. Intelligence agencies constantly intercept active threats long before they reach the public eye. Recently, that invisible conflict spiked. Security forces dismantled multiple terror networks, arresting over 40 militants and specialized operatives in rapid succession across Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Bengal. The material recovered during these sweeps included a staggering 2,900 kilograms of explosives. Intercepted communications revealed a plot to detonate those materials right outside the Red Fort in Delhi. These operatives belonged to sleeper cells, individuals embedded in normal society, waiting strictly for activation codes from foreign handlers. This structure confirms a hostile external adversary orchestrated the offensive. Once apprehended, the data extracted from these operatives provided highly specific intelligence. It laid out exact timelines and targets, forcing India's security apparatus into immediate overdrive. The discovery of 2,900 kilograms of explosives designated for national monuments forced a shift in the government's security posture. When this volume of material is found in the hands of foreign-directed cells, the state treats the threat as a precursor to an act of war. That intelligence data triggered an unusual sequence of emergency meetings. The Cabinet Committee on Security, the highest decision-making body for national defense, was repeatedly convened. The Prime Minister took direct and continuous involvement in these briefings. The structure of crisis management shifted heavily toward the top executive tier. This executive focus resulted in a public shift in military doctrine. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh warned that any misadventure against Indian territory would trigger a decisive and overwhelming response. This posture triggered visible reactions across the border. The neighboring military began deploying their own surveillance planes low over the Arabian Sea, trying to detect any incoming naval maneuvers. This shift bled into their public broadcasts. The dominant narrative pushed by their media claimed India was planning a false flag operation, alleging India would use its own prisoners to stage an attack to justify a retaliatory strike. The combination of internal intelligence sweeps and public executive warnings has shifted the regional dynamic. The adversary's erratic media reports and increased naval activity suggest they are now bracing for a major retaliatory strike. The government has established a strict baseline. Any terror attack occurring on Indian soil will bypass standard diplomatic warnings. It will be instantly classified as a state-sponsored act of war. That classification activates a guarantee, an immediate military retaliation utilizing the full spectrum of the armed forces. The timeline for this strike is measured in fractions of an hour. The Navy chief recently confirmed that maritime forces sit at high alert, minutes away from executing a retaliatory bombardment. This brings us back to the capital. The mock drills in Delhi and the border alarms aren't driven by the fear of an initial terror attack. They are calculated measures designed to protect the civilian population from the fallout of India's own retaliatory strikes. National security now integrates civilian mobilization with military readiness. These visible preparations ensure that the entire state apparatus is synchronized to respond with devastating, unified force.